Two people find out their crush just started seeing someone new. One says, "Good for them, they deserve it." The other says, "Good for them, but why couldn't that have been me?" Same news. Two completely different feelings. And most people can't tell which one they are until they're actually tested. Have you ever laughed so hard at one person's message that your own brain suddenly betrayed you? You're brushing your teeth, and somehow you're smiling because of something they said 6 hours ago. Then your brain ruins everything. Wait, why am I smiling? Oh no, do I actually like them? Congratulations! You have just turned one good friendship into a full FBI investigation. Now you're replaying every hug, every joke, every late-night conversation, like you're presenting evidence in court. Relax. This is exactly where thousands of people confuse comfort with chemistry, and that mistake has destroyed more friendships than rejection ever has. Because once you convince yourself it's love, it's almost impossible to go back to simply enjoying the friendship. Here's the brutal truth. Not every person who makes your heart feel safe is someone you're supposed to fall in love with. Sometimes your heart isn't asking for romance. It's simply saying, "Please don't lose this person." Those are two completely different feelings. Loneliness often asks for romance when all it really needed was connection. If you confuse them, you risk forcing a relationship that never needed to exist and losing the friendship that already did. So before you accidentally confess your feelings, let's find out what you're actually feeling. 3 signs, in order. The first sign is surprisingly uncomfortable. If you genuinely want them to end up with someone amazing, you're probably not in love. Imagine they call you tomorrow. They're excited. They've met someone. They're smiling more than you've ever seen. What's your first reaction? If it's finally, they deserve someone who treats them right. That's friendship. Because friendship wants the other person to win, even if you don't get anything from it. Romantic love is different. It quietly says, "I hope they're happy, but why couldn't that person be me?" See the difference? One celebrates, the other competes. The second sign is even more revealing. Watch how much effort your brain suddenly starts making. Think about your closest friend. You'd happily answer the door, looking like you survived a tornado. You send them voice notes while chewing food. You send blurry selfies. Nothing changes, because you're not trying to impress them. Now imagine it's someone you secretly like. Suddenly you're deleting and rewriting the same text 4 times. Too eager. Delete. Too cold. Delete. Congratulations, you've just turned high into a full-time career. Friendship feels like taking your shoes off after a long day. Romantic attraction usually feels like walking into a job interview where you're desperately hoping nobody notices you're sweating. When you truly love someone platonically, you're trying to be known. When you're trying to impress someone romantically, you're often trying to be chosen. Those are completely different goals, and if you constantly feel like you have to be your funniest, your smartest, your most attractive version around them, you may not be protecting the friendship. You may be protecting your chances. The third sign is the future, not the fantasy, the destination. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this person 10 years from now. What role do they play? If you picture them staying in your life as one of your closest people, still laughing about things nobody else understands, that's friendship. Now, change the picture. You imagine waking up beside them, building a home together, growing old as partners, introducing them as your husband, your wife, your forever person. That's romance. The future you imagine reveals the relationship your heart is already building. Not every soulmate is romantic. Some people are meant to witness your life, not build one with you. Some people are meant to stay beside your life, not become your entire life. And that's a beautiful thing, arguably a rarer thing than romance, since almost anyone can spark chemistry with a stranger, but very few people earn a permanent seat in your story without ever needing the title of partner to justify staying. Psychologists have long distinguished between companionate love and romantic love. Companionate love is built on trust, affection, emotional closeness, and genuine care. Romantic love includes those things too, but adds desire and the wish to create a shared romantic future. Most people never learn this distinction growing up, so the first time they feel deep emotional safety with someone, their brain defaults to the only label it has for that feeling: romance. It's not that people are bad at reading themselves, it's that nobody ever taught them there were 2 boxes to sort the feeling into, not one. The mistake happens when people assume emotional closeness automatically means romance. It doesn't. Sometimes you've simply found someone who understands you, and some friendships die not because two people stopped caring, but because one person became terrified that caring automatically meant falling in love. It doesn't. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can say is, I don't want to date you. I just never want to lose you. That's not settling. That's emotional maturity, because real maturity isn't forcing every connection into romance. It's recognizing the rare people who make your life richer and having the wisdom to keep them exactly where they belong. So here's the actual question, the one worth sitting with instead of scrolling past. When you picture your future, do you see a lifelong friend or a life partner? Not the fantasy, the honest picture. Your heart already knows. The hardest part isn't listening to it. It's accepting that not every beautiful connection is meant to become a romance, and it's probably been trying to tell you the truth long before your overthinking started interrupting it. Subscribe to LoveLens Psychology.